And next up, basically, we have the Knockouts Championship match. Deonna Purrazzo defending her championship against Johnny M. something last name's wife and all-around badass starling and Mexican superstar Lucha Libres Taya Valkyrie.
That's a pretty big fanfare from a guy who didn't even fucking pick her. Spoilers, folks.
Wow.
Yeah, I put you out there like that.
I'm going with Deonna Purrazzo.
I'm going Taya Valkyrie. Just because, once again, if Impact and AEW are continuing to work together beyond this, that's the route you take. You want the star power. Not taking anything away from Purrazzo, but I think she could stand to get the championship back again later.
I guess, you know what? I'm just going to go off of what you just said. Me personally, Taya Valkyrie is the better women's wrestler and more enjoyable women's wrestler. As far as marquee value, I think Deonna Purrazzo is the bigger name, though. Do you disagree?
I mean, she's relatively new in Impact, isn't she?
Well, yeah, but
that's where I'm like, you're the rookie.
WWE.
Okay, yeah, that.
Well, I said mainstream. I said that the Taya Valkyrie is a more rounded, fucking better. I guess I
look at it as Taya as the veteran, and I feel like if you're going to continue this feud between companies, you want your veterans to be at the forefront.
Taya is this century's fucking Lita, as she's the Canadian who moved down to Mexico to learn to wrestle and became a star in the States.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she's definitely the total package when it comes to what you would want the face of your company to be.
100. And she's gorgeous, and she's got the free boots, and her husband, John, can be anywhere and will fucking promote your company by making it his last name.
And I'm not taking anything away from Deonna Purrazzo. I just think she's got enough career ahead of her that it doesn't hurt her to lose it now.
No, not at all. She's the virtuosa.
Yeah.
She's going to be virtuoso whether she's the champion or not. She has that built into her gimmick, for sure.
I think this is going to be a really good match, though. Probably one of the best matches of the night.
Actually, yeah, it definitely has the possibility.
Everything else is just, honestly, it feels like a slightly more serious Talkin' Shop-A-Mania show.
Everything is gimmicked, I'll give you that.
It's good, though. It's like super fun. This is going to be a really, really easy watch. But yeah, I think this is going to be probably your best match of the night. Maybe hands down.
And I think that Impact pay-per-views are rarely over 3 hours also, so they make it kind of easy to watch. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You enjoy everything, plus you're not spending 7 hours watching it. New Japan.
And then we got your interpromotional 6-man tag team main event of the evening. Seeing Kenny Omega and his best friends, the Good Brothers, taking on Rich Swann, Moose, and Chris Sabin. What happened to Motor City Machine Guns?
Alex Shelley is not able to travel due to certain restrictions that are not yet revealed. My guess is COVID.
Oof. Yeah, that's what sucks, because if it was Motor City Machine Guns, my pick may be different.
Yeah, 100. Oh, 100. It was
especially since I'm already anticipating Moxley showing up, and he's still got beef with Omega to clean up too, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
this really, to me, this made this a no-brainer of who's going to win.
Rich Swann and Moose ain't getting along for a whole match.
No. And these are three guys who have nothing really in common. You know, before you had Chris Sabin and Motor City Machine Guns, who were the number one contenders for the Good Brothers Impact Wrestling Tag Team Championships. And you had Rich Swann, who was the Impact Champion. And Kenny Omega, of course, is the AEW Champion. Now, of course, Moose is the quote-unquote TNA champion, but we still haven't decided what the fuck that means.
Right.
It's pretty much the FTW championship.
Mm-hmm. God, yeah, that's what it's gonna be too. Moose versus what the fuck's his name?
Taz?
No, well, not Taz, but what was the big dude?
Brian Cage?
Yeah, Brian Cage.
Yeah,
although we already had that in Impact before, so it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would make more sense if they made it Kenny Omega, Brian Cage, and fucking Doc Gallows versus Rich Swann and Moose and Chris Sabin. Just to be honest, like,
yeah,
we changed up both of them, but yeah,
it's yeah, no, it definitely changes things. Obviously, I think you guys have figured out who our predictions are, but I'm definitely going with the Broom Brothers.
And I'm going with the Good Cleaners.
Yes.
And so we're both picking the same team.
Yes.
Which brings us to the tiebreaker, Paystee, and the tiebreaker is a pretty simple one. It's we've had a lot of come and go between AEW and Impact, but it's always just been the same characters back and forth, to and fro. Cream of the cock, brother. Cream of the cock. Like that. But in this pay-per-view, first actual pay-per-view of Impact Wrestling's 2021, of course, they had Genesis last week, which I don't know why they had it, but they did. And it was actually really good. It was basically just the X Division tournament finale, or cup finale, so that's fine. So the tiebreaker is, Paystee, does any other AEW roster member show up other than that of the ones we know of, Kenny Omega and Tony Khan? I'm not counting Don Callis because he's an Impact Wrestling member right now, so we know he's going to be there, but we're not counting him.
Well, it's a simple question, Fat Mack, and I'll give you a simple answer. Mox, for sure. Reunion with Sammy, and they fuck up the whole main event.
I absolutely goddamn love it, and you know what? I'll be happy if I lose to that. Because
if anybody else shows up, I can be wrong. I'm okay with that.
No, you know what? You're getting it all, one way or the other. You're saying yes. But goddamned if I would not mark out for Switchblade Conspiracy coming back, because...
Oh, and then tearing through the AEW tag team division. Fuck yeah.
During my... I went through a period. I went through being a TV wrestling fan, and then I became a tape trading wrestling fan in the early 90s to early 2000s, but also pro wrestling. At which point I became a non-fan, and then I became a peripheral fan for Impact and ROH. And then I became a peripheral fan of all things that weren't WWE, basically. And I was a huge fan of both these guys, Switchblade Conspiracy, Sammy and Mox. So I will mark out, and I will be more than happy to give you the win if that's what puts you over, Paystee. But I'm going to say that I'm going to say that at this time, no other members of AEW go to it. I mean, that's kind of an easy cop-out for me with the whole pandemic happening. You want the least possible people going to the least possible events. So I'll admit I'm taking the easy route. But Paystee, if you're willing to take the more the least likely route, I'm willing to take the fucking easier route.
I will do that. I also kind of think maybe Britt Baker shows up to glare at whoever wins the Knockouts Championship match. But I'm sticking with my Mox route.
Yep, and you'll get anything for any of them, but definitely, you know what? I'll give you 2 point. I'll let you win no matter what if it's Mox and just Mox. How's that?
Well, that makes up for me having to pick Dreamer. That's fine with me.
There you go. If it's Mox and just Mox as the other person, you won 100.
All right.
I want to put that in here because I won't remember tomorrow.
I'll remember.
Well, you know what? I don't believe you. You're a liar.
I'm the memory of this duo. What are you talking about?
You're the memory. I still never believe it. There's a term for that, Paystee, and it's called blackout.
And on that note, folks, it's time to snap into this week's edition of the Savage Sentinel. Oh, yeah. Jeff Jarrett and Global Force Entertainment have reached a settlement with Anthem Sports and Entertainment, so their lawsuit is over. The motion was filed on Friday, and it officially became a matter of court record on Tuesday. Both sides have been locked in a lawsuit over trademark claims and counterclaims. The last major development in the lawsuit came in July of 2020 when both parties reached a trial.
I think we all seen this coming. We knew it was just going to end up in a settlement. And we knew that's all Jeff Jarrett wanted. He didn't want to win. He just wanted Vince to fucking write him a check and pay for another pool in the backyard or something, obviously. He didn't give a fucking shit.
He just wants to buy your gold. He needs some money to do that.
He needs gold for cash.
And pizza.
Lives off your gold. But other people that just want your gold, Paystee, is WWE, and they are reportedly planning to push WrestleMania 37 out 2 weeks from their previously announced March 27th date to April 11th.
Which is funny because WrestleMania usually falls in April.
It floats a lot between those 2 months.
Most of the recent ones, I believe, have been in April.
It's been as early as March 15th for sure. I don't know what it's like a lot of the Christian religions. I don't know what determines why it fucking lands on what day. And probably as most Christian religions, it has no other meaning than that's when the guy in charge wanted it to land.
Right.
That's my guess. But the WrestleMania 37 location is
depends on whether or not he likes football.
I don't think either of them like football. The Pope or Vince. He did until The Rock bought football. WrestleMania 37 Paystee, the location is still up in the air as well. It was revealed a few months back WWE was possibly planning on moving the event to the previously announced location of SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles, California area, but to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, where they allow people to gather with or without COVID. They don't care.
Worst state in the nation.
And that was also originally planned for WrestleMania 36 before COVID made it the worst state in the nation. WWE just wanted to be a part of this horrible, horrible gathering of human beings. But of course, that was before the pandemic forced WWE to move to the Performance Center that year. Obviously, they don't want another Performance Center performance. So Raymond James Stadium seems like it's what it's going to be, though it's not a lock for WrestleMania 37 as of now. But Paystee, you can pretty much only go to fucking Florida because they're the only people that don't give a shit. And as of right now, that venue, the Raymond James Stadium, does not have any events planned for WrestleMania weekend. Whereas other shitfuck Florida arenas such as Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg.
St. Petersburg. I love it.
I know, it's hard for me to not make these motherfuckers sound like dicks. St. Petersburg is also fucking taken away. The Amway Center in Orlando. They're all due to MLB's Tampa Bay Rays and NBA's Orlando Magic. So it's pretty much a lock that it's going to be the Raymond James Stadium for WrestleMania 37.
Vince will probably never do a show in California again.
Not for a while. Not for politics secede.
It's gonna be Florida and Texas.
Well, in New York, because that's his hometown.
Florida can't even go to New York anymore.
We're doing it. Maybe some Canada. We'll see what they do.
God, Florida's just
That's
such a
tax.
horrible, nasty, disgusting place. And it sucks because all my favorite wrestling happens there.
Well, and you know, it's sad because I used to live in Florida, and the poor